Thanks for sticking with us here at 4:30. You've heard about your fair share of angry politicians, but tonight 2 members of Chicago City Council are in such a war of words, a cease and desist order has been filed. Alderman Rossana Rodriguez Sanchez filing it against Alderman Ray Lopez. Our political reporter Chris Ty here to sort all of this out. And I understand this is tied to last week's deadly shooting of the 2 Israeli embassy employees in D.C.
That's exactly right. Alderman Ray Lopez is standing behind comments, Marie, and his social media posts related to that shooting that Rodriguez Sanchez says are inaccurate, dangerous, and violate the public trust.
Free Palestine!
In the hours after we learned the alleged gunman in last week's deadly Washington attack was from Chicago,
I'm here to talk to you about
some Chicago leaders began to weigh in. Among them, Alderman Ray Lopez, in a post on his Aldermanic X account, wrote, "Birds of a feather," then circled the faces in a group shot from United Working Families, a group that helps promote black and brown political candidates, including the photos of Mayor Johnson and Alderman Rossana Rodriguez Sanchez, connecting them to an individual in the middle that was later proven not to be the D.C. suspect. Instead, it was a former aide to Rodriguez Sanchez.
It was really nerve-wracking to see Chris in that picture, his face circled, and the sort of insinuation that this person was a murderer.
United Working Families asked Lopez to take it down. He didn't. Instead, the next day posted, "Happy Friday, Chicago. Let's make it a great one unless you stand with radicalized terrorists and the politicians that enable and uplift and defend them." Yesterday, in a cease and desist letter, lawyers for Rodriguez Sanchez said his comments and decisions to not remove them has caused direct harm, including endangering her and her staff's safety. It also constitutes defamation in violation of Illinois law. And about the gunman, he has no known connection to the alderwoman and has never been a member or volunteer of 33rd Ward Working Families. Do you feel that you should have apologized, and have you done so sufficiently?
I have nothing to apologize for.
Lopez says while others made the leap that the photo connected politicians to the shooter, he says he never did.
I simply said that those individuals were birds of a feather. If you and I are a part of the same group and we take a picture, we are birds of a feather. It is not my fault people don't understand what the meaning of that is.
Little context here. Lopez also went on a radio show in the hours after the shooting in Washington, Marie, saying there's some back and forth. Now, these are his words. There's some back and forth as to whether the individual in the photo that you saw was the terrorist or Rodriguez Sanchez's former campaign chair. He says he's consulted with his lawyers. He feels he has no reason to take any of those posts down. But to underline the point, the individual in that photo was not the shooter and has no continuity to the alderwoman.
Sure, and war of words is right for everything that's followed. Chris, thank you for walking us through it.
You bet.